Let me start with a thought that might feel simple at first, but if you really sit with it, it can completely change how you look at your life. Your life can begin to change in just 1 week. Now pause for a second. I'm not talking about something dramatic. I'm not saying everything will magically fall into place overnight. I'm not saying you'll suddenly become rich, famous, or achieve some impossible dream by next Sunday. That's not how real change works. What I am saying is this: the direction of your life can shift in 7 days. And direction is everything. Because life isn't shaped in one giant leap. It's shaped in small steps taken consistently. It's shaped in quiet decisions no one sees. It's shaped in habits you repeat when nobody is watching. Think about it like this. If a plane leaves from one city and shifts its direction by just 1 degree, just one tiny adjustment, it doesn't seem like much in the moment. You wouldn't even notice it. But give it enough time, give it enough distance, and that plane ends up in a completely different country. That's how your life works too. A small shift today can create a completely different future tomorrow. So when people say things like, I feel stuck, my life isn't changing, nothing ever gets better, there's an important question hiding underneath all of that. What did you change? Because here's a principle that's simple but powerful enough to transform everything. For things to change, you have to change. Not your circumstances, not other people, not luck, you. And that's exactly what I experienced. Not through something extreme, not through some life-altering event, but through 5 small habits, 5 simple actions, 1 ordinary week. And yet somehow, everything began to feel different. My energy, my focus, my mindset, my results. Let me walk you through those 5 habits. Not because they sound good, not because they're trendy, not because I read them somewhere, but because I lived them and they worked. Habit 1, don't begin the day until you've designed it. Most people don't start their day, they fall into it. They wake up, grab their phone, scroll through messages, react to notifications, check emails, respond to problems. Before they even realize it, the day has already taken control. Instead of leading their day, they're chasing it. Instead of choosing their direction, they're reacting to whatever shows up. And I used to be exactly the same. Wake up, rush, react, repeat. Until one day I tried something different. I gave myself just 10 minutes in the morning. That's it. 10 quiet minutes before the world got loud. And during those 10 minutes, I asked myself a few simple questions. What would make today meaningful? What are the 3 most important things I must complete? What would make me feel proud when I go to sleep tonight? And something interesting started to happen. I stopped drifting. I started directing. Because when you take control of your morning, you create momentum. And momentum is powerful. It carries you forward even when things get difficult. It gives you clarity when things feel chaotic. You begin to move with intention instead of confusion. You become the architect of your day, the designer of your time. Instead of being pushed around by circumstances like a leaf in the wind, you start deciding where you're going. And that small shift, just 10 minutes, changes everything. Habit 2, feed your mind something valuable every day. Let's be honest. Most of what we consume daily isn't helping us grow. It's noise, endless scrolling, pointless arguments, clickbait headlines, mindless entertainment. And while there's nothing wrong with relaxing, the problem is when it becomes your primary input. Because whatever you feed your mind consistently shapes how you think. And how you think shapes how you live. So I made a small decision. Every day I would read something meaningful. Not hours, not anything complicated, just 10 pages. That's it. 10 pages of something thoughtful, insightful, or inspiring. And at first, it didn't feel like much. But then I did the math. 10 pages a day is over 3,000 pages a year. That's multiple books, multiple ideas, multiple perspectives. And slowly, those ideas began to change me. I started thinking more clearly, speaking more intentionally, responding instead of reacting. Because when your mind is filled with better thoughts, your life naturally follows. You don't have to force growth. You become it. So guard your mind. Protect what you allow into it, because your mind is not just a place for thoughts, it's the foundation of your future. Habit 3, move your body, activate your life. You don't need a fancy gym membership. You don't need complicated routines. You don't need to become an athlete overnight. All you need is movement. Simple, consistent movement. For me, it started with walking, just 20, 30 minutes each morning. No pressure, no expectations, just movement. And at first, it felt small, but the impact was anything but small. Because when your body moves, your energy changes, your mind wakes up, your mood improves. You begin to feel alive instead of sluggish. But more than that, you start sending yourself a message. I matter. My health matters. My energy matters. And the way you treat yourself teaches others how to treat you too. Discipline in small things builds confidence in bigger things. And that confidence begins to show up everywhere. In your work, your relationships, your decisions. It's not about fitness. It's about self-respect. Habit 4, write your life. Down, most people live their lives without ever capturing them. They experience things, they learn lessons, they grow, but they never record it. And over time, those lessons fade, those insights disappear, that growth becomes invisible. So I started journaling. Nothing complicated, no rules, just simple reflection. What did I learn today? What went well? What could I improve? And something powerful happened. My life became clearer. My progress became visible. I started noticing patterns, understanding myself better, making better decisions. Because writing forces you to slow down, to think, to process, to understand. It turns experience into wisdom. And your life is too valuable to leave unrecorded. Capture it, reflect on it, learn from it. Because growth doesn't come from experience alone. It comes from understanding that experience. Habit 5. Practice gratitude before anything else. Before checking your phone, before getting out of bed, before starting your day. Pause and think of 3 things you're grateful for. Simple things, real things. Maybe it's your health. Maybe it's your family. Maybe it's something small, like a quiet morning or a warm cup of tea. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be genuine. Because gratitude changes your focus, and your focus changes how you feel. You cannot feel grateful and miserable at the same time. It's impossible. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what's missing to what's present, from what's wrong to what's working. And that shift is powerful. It gives you strength. It gives you resilience. It reminds you that even when life is hard, there is still something good. And that something is enough to keep moving forward. Now think about this. What would happen if you practiced these 5 habits for just 1 week? Not forever, not perfectly, just 1 week. Plan your day. Read something meaningful. Move your body. Write your thoughts. Practice gratitude. Will everything in your life suddenly change? No. But you will start to change. And when you change, your thinking changes. Your actions change. Your energy changes. And eventually, your results change. Because success isn't built in one moment. It's built in repeated moments. Small actions. Done consistently. Over time. So don't wait. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for next week or next year. The right time is not something you find. It's something you decide. And you can decide right now. You have the ability, you have the control, and you have the next 7 days. That's all you need. Start small. Stay consistent. And watch how your life begins to move in a new direction. Because in the end, it's not about changing everything at once. It's about changing enough to change your path. And once your path changes, everything else follows.